the sun is shining. Oh, it's shut. You can't see out the sunroof.
No sun for you today.
But you can see the sun coming through the window. It's so great. We are out at the Goodwill bins. We're definitely looking for blankets and books. We've already thrifted this week, but we found none of that at the regular thrift store. So hopefully the bins deliver. So we call it the Goodwill bins because they have bins, but it's actually the Goodwill outlet. So if you're looking for the bins by you just need to search Goodwill outlet, and that's where you're gonna find a place similar. They're all just slightly different, but they sell it by the pound, which makes it unique, and you gotta dig through a big blue bin. Oh, new bins are coming out. So they're bringing new bins out. Everybody's waiting for that. So we've got to go through the books while we wait.
What do you think? Is this my shopping bag?
That's your shopping bag. Look at these books. They're Reader's Digest, but they're floral. I love it.
They're disguised. They still have the jackets on them on some of these. That one's in really good condition.
That's going to be a no on the camo. But that I think is like cute. That's like apothecary. I like it.
Hey, you found a napkin. I like it.
They're kind of...
Got some fun, looks like pewter. Found another backpack in good condition. These are selling for as much as 60 bucks used in some places. I would say I probably sell it for about 25. So I don't know if it's worth it, but I might just keep it for myself. Fun little Roxy purse. I don't know if my girls would even be into this. I'll ask them. It's machine done, and I think we're just gonna leave it here.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. So
it's not as special as some of the other ones. The other ones that we got that were machine done had actually been pieced together.
Yeah, I don't
this
like
one's
that.
not.
Nope, that's a pass. But we got a lot of Afghans. I found a Martha Stewart coffee book, and this one is retro. Look how young she looks. This was before all the things she's been doing to herself recently. This woman never ages. So we spent, what, $39 at the bins?
$39, same as last week.
So many books this week, though. Like
Lots of books.
Lots of books. Some of them are in rough shape, but I want to do some altered books, so I'm okay with that. All right, so we're at the Deseret Industries. It's the one that we came to last time on Welfare Square, where they have all like the humanitarian aid and whatnot.
It's pretty close to the bins, so it's easy to stop off here when we're down
here.
here.
The bins, the Restore, and this are all within a few miles of each other, so it's late in the day, but this thrift store I feel like doesn't get hit the same. So sometimes there's still good stuff. So do you have a vision for that? Remember, you only get 6 things a week that we paint.
I think I'm at like 2 things this week. So
okay. All right.
I just think if we just take this, repaint it, decoupage it, it could be pretty cool.
All right. Throw it in the cart. I'm more interested in these. One of them's broken, but it's only $1, so I'm going to grab them. Oh, look at these. I know that we're trying to buy like not as many candlesticks, but these are cool.
Look at this one.
That one's cool too. Have we exceeded our 6 items? But we just sold 3 candlesticks.
Together.
We just sold 3 candlesticks at the store today, so I feel like we could buy more.
They look like Park Hill.
They're like Pottery Barn. Oh, they are. No, those are good.
Well, that's kind of fun and brass. Does that come off? How do you get the liquid in there? Is that just a stopper? Oh, it is. And it's got a breathe valve. It's for like syrups or something. Someone came and blew through all the small frames. It's kind of a hot mess. I'm still going to look through it though. Look at this. Is like, we never find this in the wild. It's why we go to the bins.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And these are in good shape.
Yeah, so we'll just cherry pick the best ones. For sure, like this one.
What do you mean? Just grab them all. What are you talking about? Cherry pick.
Well, you gotta make sure they're good.
How much are they? Like $5 each?
$5 each.
I think you got to get it. That's pretty big.
Is there a hole in it though?
Is there a hole?
Yeah. There's some holes.
A few holes. It could be like a cutter quilt.
Yeah, I'll get it.
It's big enough you could make something else out of it.
Yeah. You see that's got the seam in the middle?
Yeah, so this one is a machine done quilt.
I kind of like this one for $2. I'm going to pick it up. Just needs to be like sanded and oiled. Look, there's another one. I like it. Zeb, what do you want to do with this $2 cheer tray?
I'm putting landscape and pastoral decoupage on like all the things right now.
He's in a decoupage mood. All right, I'll agree to that one. We're really trying to be careful because you really can't buy more than you got time to deal with. What's this? Oh, I don't like that. I don't even know who I am, but I'm trying to convince Zeb that we need to buy.
$5.
I know, and it has drawers.
For $5. Look at that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
It keeps time and stores your tchotchkes.
We really like this Rocky Mountain Woodworks. We buy a lot of their stuff secondhand.
Was it baby grand?
Anybody need a baby grand for $700? We just painted 5 rolling pins today, so I feel like we can definitely buy another one. This one's a little one. It's so cute for $1. Oh, these. Oh, that's more modern. What is this? It looks like a modern sticker. It's got ivy on it. It's like it's cool, but it's not cool. It's $2. I'll ask Zeb. Here's a couple of corbels. $2. Those are cute. Just grab this plate. 22 karat royal. I actually sold a couple of these similar in the shop just the other day, so glad to find one more. Wish that they had more than just this one. And of course, big rolling pin, $2, so we're gonna grab that. So how much did we spend on 2 carts?
Oh, hold on. I didn't even look.
Including this.
$85, and I'd say a solid 30 of that's Afghans.
Yeah, we have an entire basket of Afghans and some quilts, and then a whole nother cart for $85. We did really good. I'm glad we made one extra stop because that means this week we're gonna have a huge haul, and hopefully everybody that's been wanting the Afghans will be able to score one.
All right, we are going on with the copper here and got the red base down. That copper is going to go on there really nice and thick. Probably do like a coat and a half, which is just a 1 coat and then a touch-up coat where I have some peekaboos. My project over here is drying. Looks like I missed a lip on the inside there. I'll get that in a second. Jami is gonna get started right here on her project.
So these little drawers have knobs that are just kind of like pushed in. So I've got to get all the knobs off, and then I've got to pick out a color. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna get it all painted up and make it look like a little piece of furniture. And then Zeb has some candlesticks to paint.
We're gonna glue these on here and make these look more like pedestals.
So I'm gonna keep this really simple because it's got a lot of detail, and I'm gonna use this little turquoise iris assistant brush because this is so small. It'll be a lot easier to get in all these details. I'm painting it up with petticoat pink and DIY paint because it'll stick really well to this. And I might second coat it with the cottage color because it has a built-in sealer, but I'm gonna base coat it with this pink so that way we get good coverage and it kind of acts like a primer.
Also, she's painting it with the drawers in. If we don't have overlap, we do that with big dressers too. It just keeps it all off of the felt and keeps that inside nice and neat without having to do too much sanding or taping off.
Yeah, well, what I will do is I will come in afterwards and like sand and clean them up all the edges and make sure it's nice and smooth because I'm not gonna paint like the inside of it, so.
This is what 1 coat looks like of the copper over the top of the red. You can see we've got a couple little peekaboos here. I'm just gonna go over the top of it again, and you know, this is that coat and a half. It's gonna stretch a long ways and get me full coverage. Time for the dark wax like we do. I think I might slow my roll on the copper. We've done a lot in the last couple of weeks, and I feel like we gotta branch out. We're gonna start doing some more milk paint. I wanna do some chippy milk paint on frames.
Or you do gold.
Yeah, we could do gold. I like gold also, but I also dark wax that. Same style finish. Jami is getting the priming done. She got this all pink. We're gonna let that dry. And this is just the Salvation Solution Primer in white.
Oh, sorry, here's the logo. The reason I'm using this is because some of this is pretty shiny and slick, especially these. And then this is like painted with who knows what. So I just gotta give it a good base. This has some sort of wax on it. I didn't paint this. I don't know what it's painted with. And so I don't trust it. So it's all getting primed and then we'll do whatever it is we're gonna do to it.
Well, and it has some peekaboos here. Like it was red underneath at some point.
Yeah, so it's gonna get primed so that way we've got a good starting point. So anytime something's super shiny or I'm not sure what it was painted with, primer is always a great option. And I love Salvation Solution because it is water-based, but it works as good to me as an oil-based. And you can use it inside, you can clean it off your brush, like it's seriously the best.
All right, I got the picture on. Get that in there. I'll show you the grand reveal in a moment.
Well, this one's weird because it has screws in the back of it. Like,
Yeah.
normally it's not quite this.
So it wasn't actually a picture, it was like a dry erase board.
Oh, okay, that
So
explains it.
It's a little more sturdy, and I just put the picture right over the board.
Gotcha.
Got it upright.
Ta-da!
Oh, it is upright. Okay. So this is, you know, when you see us out thrifting frames, this is a $2 frame that we picked up at the thrift store. Put a piece of art in there. Keep in mind, we have the licensing for all the art that we resell, so don't get in trouble with that and make sure you're doing things right if you're doing your own stuff. I have warm water in here, probably about 3 tablespoons, quarter cup, somewhere in there. And you wanna go 1 part milk paint powder to 1 part water. So I'm gonna work up to my consistency. I could measure, but I'm lazy and that's extra things to clean, so I'm gonna work up to it. Just stirring this with a fork. You can get an immersion blender out. A little whisk works well. Since this is such a small project, we're gonna stick with the fork. So I chose Suitcase, that's the color of this milk paint, because I want like a neutral kind of primitive cottage look. We're going galvanized on the top, and we're gonna leave that galvanized so that people can put whatever they want on there. It'll still maintain its food safe quality, but the milk paint on the bottom, I want to just kind of be a neutral, can fit in any room.
I'm gonna be working on this candlestick and this lamp. I'm gonna give them the same finish. So the next layer is gonna be Americana, and then maybe a white dry brush and some gold details.
Milk paint is dry. I've only put 1 coat on here. I'm gonna wet distress this. We'll see if we can get some chippy back to that white and at least get a 2-tone. I would do more coats, but I'm not really concerned about full coverage because I am gonna go heavy distress on this.
Sometimes when you wet distress, it'll make it chip more or crackle, so just be aware of that. We'll see what happens, and we'll give you a close-up when we're done. While Zeb's working on his pieces, I'm gonna finish up my 3 pieces. This candlestick already had like some sort of texture on it, so I'm just gonna sand it with 320 grit sandpaper so we can get kind of an aged look. This piece I'm gonna paint in a little bit with a dry brush, and then the pink piece is going to get a wet distress just like Zeb is doing on the candlesticks. Who's ready for some dry brush?
We are out in the garage because the JB Weld kind of stinks. I'm gonna go ahead and do some epoxy. We're just gonna mix this up. Give it a little squeeze. Okay. Stir, stir, stir. Shouldn't take too much. All right, and then I'm just gonna dab it along the rim here. I could probably get away with using a construction adhesive too, but I have the epoxy, so we're gonna use it. And I know for a fact the epoxy is very strong. All right, let's see if I can center this on the first try. It's looking pretty good, all around the edge there, a little bit this way. All right, we'll let that cure up.
Same idea as the wet distress on Zeb's candlesticks. The thing that makes this great, it was dark underneath, and so wet distressing, it just brings out like all that detail.
So you never actually put cottage color on here. This is just the DIY paint,
Yes,
right?
I decided I like the color that it was, and I'm just gonna clear wax it, possibly dark wax it. So I just stayed with the petticoat pink.
We'll get it waxed after this, and then I'll clean up these mirrors and glass, and
Yeah, and
we'll
we'll
be
put the
done.
hardware back on. All right, so we are just getting clear wax on here. And then I was gonna dark wax it, but I think with all the dark coming through, I don't know that we need to. What do you think?
No, I think the clear wax to protect it, it'd be fine. That'll make it so it's not porous and wipeable.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna clear wax this and we'll get the hardware put back on. Thanks for coming along with us to the bins and for these thrift flips.
My galvanized charger pedestals turned out good. I like the chippy milk paint on there. I like galvanized because it's a really nice neutral tone that's gonna go with pretty much any decor.
I'm super excited that it's February and spring is coming. We can start bringing pink in, which is one of my favorite colors to paint. Comment below and let us know if pink is something that you guys use or maybe something that you guys don't enjoy painting with. If you guys need any paint products, you can visit JamiRayVintage.com. And if you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY
and thrifting. We'll see you on the next episode.